Good morning, Nigeria. Now, some beautiful parts of the journey of life can't be found without getting lost. Difficult roads sometimes lead to beautiful destinations. Mary is the one that has been teaching me Yoruba, guys, and you can see it is coming out in full force. So if you think like you are a bit lost, then we welcome you to the most exciting breakfast show on Nigerian television.
We often find ourselves lost in thoughts, lost in time,
yes,
and even lost in destination, as well as destination. Well, don't fret, because we are here to set you to purpose and ensure that your day is filled with the right kind of energy.
Obviously, we are not here alone. Our Ego Yibom and our Dynamite Queen are coming in full force.
Yes, soon enough, indeed.
Soon enough, of course.
There's a lot we have in store for you. You just need to keep your fingers crossed. And of course, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground as we take steps to achieving a satisfying Wednesday.
Yes, now the universe has a way of unveiling things, and if there's any reason you feel demystified, we are here to bring clarity on this wonderful Wonder Woman Wednesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, we just have to, repeat the wonderful so you can get the idea.
For emphasis.
You understand? Now, of course, we intend as much as possible to lift your spirits high this Wednesday, and of course, through the rest of the entire week.
Yeah.
My name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
And I am Tokwe Olonio. Now remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show conversations as we start out our day this morning.
Yes, and of course, remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app that you can download from the Google Play Store or iOS.
Now, we also implore you to follow us on social media. Our page is not private. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. TVC Connect. We cannot wait to connect with you online.
Yes. So let's check out what we have lined up for the highlights.
Okay.
Timmy Tucker Alaosani is a registered dietitian and nutritionist with over 5 years clinical experience in the dietetics profession and a proven track record in evidence-based nutrition education and counseling. She is a full member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, and of course, she'll be talking today about a very interesting topic: should food be medicine, with focus on kidney disease. Then, of course, we have Nosa Omarege, professionally known as Nosa. He is a Nigerian recording artist, singer, songwriter, and performer. He's currently signed to Warner Music Group, African Partner, as well as Chocolate City.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Oh, wow. It's another Wonder Woman Wednesday.
It is.
Goodness me. The week
I feel like going to drag MM.
Wow.
I don't know why she's staying there.
Because
Because what we're about to talk about is what MM is currently embodying. That's the word. Because today is Pink Day.
Yeah.
A day against bullying and intimidation. And I'm so glad we get to talk about it, because it seems like women forget that the most.
Exactly. And with the advent of cyberbullying, it's come on full force.
Yeah.
Before, you had to just worry about bullies in the schoolyard.
Yeah.
But now bullies can come from anywhere in the world, in different languages.
From different people.
Different people.
People that can over afford like 100 naira data.
Yeah. It's the fact.
Do you know there's 50 naira data now?
Yeah. It's a fact. Some people that probably would never have had access to.
Why are you girls wild
any
in this
reason.
morning?
No. There's some things that, so I was bullied as a child. I was bullied a lot. And it was because I was in an environment where racism was very paramount. But bullying has taken a U-turn. In fact, it's not just a U-turn, it's a 360.
Yeah.
Because that schoolyard was like something that teachers could still handle, parents could still handle. But how do you handle people that are in another continent telling you things about your child or your friend or your person?
But then, of course, I'm sure you were also bullied as a child. I think bullying is something that goes across. Abdul Malik, what did Abdul Malik do
He
to
used
you?
to take my breakfast.
Really?
Yes, he used to take my breakfast. And
Are
I
you
was so
serious?
Abdul Malik and Ondufa. Unfa I am. I don't even know where you are now.
You just remember the name because
mine was because I was the youngest in my set, so I got a lot of bullying. I got a lot of bullying through secondary school, and it was not funny. And any time I make a mistake, it was always blown out of proportion. Like, you, this small girl, I got excluded a lot because of my age. Well, it's one of those things. Life goes on.
Well, we'll still definitely go further into this topic in Coffee Gist, but we need to know what the weather is looking like in Nigeria today.
It's about time for us to take a news update. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Now we begin in Kaduna State, where Governor Nasir El-Rufai has met with the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, after some RCCG members were abducted and released in the state. The meeting, which held at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim Government House, has some top officials of the government and those of the church in attendance. Pastor Adeboye had on his Twitter handle said he visited the state to see his children who God delivered from the den of the kidnappers while they were on their way to the venue of the Let's Go Fishing exercise. The revered cleric disclosed that Governor El-Rufai appealed to him to visit Kaduna and pray for the state, its people and its leadership for peace and protection. And in Benue State, the government has resolved that there be boundary demarcation between Okutpe, or rather, let me say Okute, and Bonta communities of Oju and Koshisha, respectively, in order to end the land dispute there. This resolution was reached after a Security Council meeting held at the state capital in Makurdi, Benue State. Governor Samuel Otom condemned the killing of the soldiers by militia members in Konshisha and urged traditional rulers and their stakeholders to ensure that weapons seized by the militia were returned unconditionally. The council sent condolences to President Muhammadu Buhari, Chief of Army Staff, and families of the slain soldiers, stressing that 6 people were also confirmed dead in the military search operation that followed the killing of the soldiers.
The meeting confirmed that 6 persons, including 2 militia members, died during the search for the missing soldiers, not 70 people, as was being speculated. The meeting tasked traditional rulers and other stakeholders to ensure that all weapons taken from the murdered soldiers are returned unconditionally. In the lingering crisis between Oju and Konshisha, the meeting resolved that the demarcation of the boundary between the 2 local government areas be carried out as soon as possible.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has questioned former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, over issues bordering on corruption and fraud. Senator Okorocha, who is currently representing Imo West at the Senate, was grilled at the EFCC office in Abuja. EFCC spokesman Wilson Ujuaren confirmed development but did not provide further details. Senator Okorocha, who governed Imo from 2011 to 2019, had been accused by the state government of various corrupt practices, including diversion of public funds, although he is denied any wrongdoing himself. Meanwhile, the former governor said that he was not arrested by the EFCC, contrary to speculation making the rounds. Senator Okorocha, in a statement by his spokesperson, disclosed that he only honored the invitation by the anti-graft agency, stating that the EFCC facility is not a slaughterhouse, but that the agency was only investigating activities he had as governor of Imo State, following a petition written by an ex-governor of the state, Emeka Ihedioha. The Nigeria's Governors Forum has met with the French Minister of Trade to seek ways of collaboration for more investments and improve bilateral trade between both countries. The French Minister, Franck Resta, who is on a 2-day working visit to Nigeria, says France is Nigeria's first commercial partner in sub-Saharan Africa, and the trade volume between both countries in 2020 was $2.3 billion. He, however, said that this is a shortfall from the 4.5 billion naira that was netted in 2019, and that the reduction in trade was as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
For us, for President Macron, for all the French government and I, we consider that this purpose has to be achieved through partnership everywhere in the country, in each state of the country. And so I really to thank all the governors that could take time to share with me their projects to see how we could help, thanks to.
And that's all we have time for this hour's news update. We have the sports update coming next.
Welcome back, and it is time for us to take the headlines in the papers this morning, and we begin with Daily Sun. We have Army recalls retirees. We took steps to support national security operations, says COAS. There's a photo story here showing the Nigeria's Governors Forum that had a meeting yesterday when the minister paid a courtesy visit to Nigeria's Governors Forum at the Secretariat in Abuja yesterday. At the bottom of the paper, we have Pastor Adeboye. APC goes spiritual on security challenge. Nigeria will soon overcome problems, says RCCG General Overseer. Federal government set to rejig expatriate quota administration. And EFCC arrests, detains ex-Imo governor Okorocha. Ex-governor held after 5-hour standoff. It was mere invitation, Okorocha's aide says, as fight against criminals gets tougher. Moving on to the Punch newspaper, we have governors oppose Buhari executive order 10. Back financial autonomy, says Lalong. Federal government can't force governors to enforce financial autonomy. Plate. NGF plans talks with judiciary workers to end June 8-day strike. A photo story here showing Muslim worshippers gathering for prayers around the Kaaba, the holiest shrine in the Grand Mosque complex in Saudi city of Mecca, during the first day of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Adeboye visits El Rufai. Governor says Nigeria needs divine intervention. Cops hunters go after abductors of 3 women on Ibadan, Ijebu Ode Road. No place in Ogun safe, says NMA. Doctors, nurses begin strike. Finally, we have Manufacturing Sector Intervention Fund, now 803 billion naira, says CBN. Now moving on from the Punch to the Nation newspaper this morning, we have a photo story here, a couple of photo stories here showing a tree that was uprooted when a window storm destroyed 100 houses, schools in Aguleri, Anambra State yesterday. You might want to grab a copy of the Nation to see more on that. Governors kick against Buhari's executive order. We don't need EO10 to implement financial autonomy for legislature and judiciary. Finally, we have Fayose alleges overvoting at Southwest PDP Congress. You might want to grab a copy of the different newspapers we have to get all the accurate information on what's happening in the country. Next up, we have fact-finding. Stay with us. Bye.
Which meat pie are you hiding?
Keep asking.
What? Yeah.
So me
You
that
guys
had
are
this
sharing
meat pie
snacks?
juice with you didn't give me meat
How
pie.
come I didn't get this memo?
That thing.
This is really so unusual, but not unusual when you have ladies in the kitchen. It's another Wonder Woman Wednesday, and we're glad to all be here. It's been a while since it's been 4 of us on the show. I think
It was 4 of us last Wednesday.
It was?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Okay, maybe in the kitchen. Was it in the kitchen?
Yes, it was in the kitchen as well.
You know what? I'm having that nostalgic feeling of when we, used to be loads in the kitchen all the time.
Okay.
But
anyways,
I know that there's a lot to talk about. We're going to start off
we
with.
need to quickly move on.
There's a tweet that went out and started trending. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? About Jackie Chan.
It wasn't a tweet actually. It was it was
a quote.
From one of these facts blogs online.
Yeah.
So they basically said. So they were letting us know that Jackie Chan, the notable actor,
See,
is
it's not even
quitting.
Chan. I'm not the one teaching you Yoruba.
Wow. He's quitting his monies about $307 million
Yeah.
to charity instead of giving it to his son. And then there were also, comments and people, who know things about the family, were also saying that, yes, they also actually supported him, saying that, yes, it is right that he should give it out to charity because his son is known to be very reckless and is known to be an alcoholic and a drug abuser as well.
So what I would have thought, and I know I posted it on the group as well, is as a father, you know your son well. Yes, you shouldn't give him money. Yes, I agree to that. But we all know as well that charities can get mismanaged. So how about giving the charities 200 and maybe the 70 or 207 as the case may be, and keeping 100 million in trust, not for your son,
for his
but for his children.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because at that rate, any child he has is going to, in quotes, suffer.
Yeah.
So he could have put some money in trust for his grandchildren. And not even within the age that their father can squander. Maybe when they are 30 or 40, they can have access to the money. When their dad is old and grey.
So Jackie Chan took an interview, and during the interview, he was asked about this at length. What he basically said was, his son has been given everything to make sure he becomes a success.
Yes.
He's been sent to the right schools, he's been given the right funding for different projects, he's
Even
been given
connections.
opportunities.
Yes.
And I think his son is about 30 now, and he's like, yo, if at this age you can't get your ish together, why should I allow you waste my money that I've spent so many years making and building? Why not put it to better use? So he's basically saying he believes giving money to charity is better use of his money
That's
than giving
exactly
it
what I'm
to
saying.
his
He's
son.
free to give his money to anybody, and I agree. That was why I didn't even say the 200 should go to his grandchildren. However, I still believe he should have left something for the children of this guy, in quotes, that might not be responsible enough to take care of them. And make it like maybe when they are 30, 40, they can have access to it. When he is like 70, 75, and he will probably not be able to fight the case in court as they can, because they are mature enough then to say, Dad, this is ours and all. Than for when they are younger and he can still gain access to it. But at the end of the day, it's Jackie Chan's money.
Yeah, exactly, and whatever he chooses to do with his money is his money. And I do hope that this can inspire or push a form of anger in his son to actually want to do something with his life. Because imagine his son's children growing up and then they say, Jackie Chan, it's not your granddad. No. I mean, are you not from his lineage and you're broke? Why are you broke? So I think keeping it for his grandchildren might actually help. But then, who are we?
Some kind of trust would have been okay. It doesn't even have to be up to 100. If he wanted to, it could have been a whole lot lesser than that. Why are you looking at me? You will not talk now. You started the story, you've not said anything.
I'm a big fan of role models. Do you think his son could be a good enough role model to his own children with the lifestyle he's been living?
If he quickly gives birth now, his dad might be the one to help raise them. Babe, see, I know what see, some grandparents are actually much better at raising children. Not because the parents can't, but the parents are not yet capable of
I'm
doing
thinking,
so.
what if the son doesn't want to have kids?
And then
I was just like, this is what I was saying, the kids. What if
he doesn't
so maybe that's why he decided that, okay, let me give
or maybe
the
it's
money
just
out.
the Nigerian mentality we have, that the next thing is
to hand over.
back to
You know,
to be honest, I don't feel like it's the type of pressure that will put the son under, because what if his ambition in life is to be useless? Because
Somebody carried a child for 9 months,
breastfed
breastfed him, raised him just for him to be useless. Stop my
Well, apparently, I am not the Grinch.
apparently for
today.
But
and then, of course, the conversation continues.
I would love, I would love
like
to hear Jackie's opinion on the cultural biases, especially when it comes to America.
Please head straight to our social media pages. We have a question for you. We'd really like to check out your comments in the bit, okay?
Alrighty.
So, welcome to the kitchen. It's time for us to work. Yeah, I like working with a lady in the kitchen, because when guys cook better than you'll just feel this intimidation. You know, today is pink day, so nobody to intimidate me. If a female cooks better, I can even still hold myself small. Chef Blossom, you know Chef Blossom, right? She is the chef today, and she will be making us a local delicacy with her own twist. You know how chefs like to do their own twist. So what are we having for breakfast today?
We're having moi moi pudding.
Moi moi pudding. She did not call it moi moi alone. Moi moi pudding. I've heard of beans pudding, but this one is moi moi pudding.
Yes.
Okay. You know how it
I thought we were
sounds.
going to ask why it's called pudding.
Wait. I'm going to get there. I was going to ask that. I was going to say that moi moi pudding. You know, moi moi is already solid, but pudding. Are you trying to tell us it's going to be liquid? It's going to be eating.
No, it doesn't have to.
It's going to be like proper moi moi.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but why did you decide to call it pudding then?
Okay, there's something I learned. There was this time I went for a catering school.
Okay.
Just after I finished my WAEC.
Okay.
So they taught us cake pudding.
Cake pudding.
Yes, you could actually cook your cake, like boil with water.
Okay.
So that's the process I'm going to go with.
Cake pudding is always soft.
It depends on the texture you want to come out. Some person want it thick, like come out like the normal hard cake.
I always feel that because it's steamed, it doesn't really. But you know what? We're not talking cakes today. Let's talk about the ingredients. What are you making use of?
We have our beans, soaked beans, peeled already.
Okay.
Then
So we're going to be grinding that.
Yes, we're going to be blending it.
Okay.
So we have our mackerel, smoked. You could use this or fresh mackerel.
Okay.
You know. Then we have our boiled eggs, and then we have our raw egg. This is not boiled.
Raw egg.
Yes,
Okay.
we're going to be mixing it. Then we have our blended crayfish.
Okay.
We have our salt to taste, our seasoning.
Okay.
Then we have our shombo. Is this shombo? Tata?
Shombo, yes.
Shombo.
Yeah.
Then we have our ginger. I like to use it for my moi moi.
Okay.
We have our garlic.
as well. Okay.
We have our red scotch bonnet
Okay.
and yellow pepper.
Okay.
Then we
Onions
have
as
our
well.
onions.
Okay.
Then vegetable oil.
Okay.
And then to serve with, we're using our custard and
Sugar.
sugar
Okay. To serve.
to serve.
What is this for?
Then this is a foil I'll use to
Cover
get
it or
proper
to put-
steaming, yes,
Okay.
to cover the pot.
Okay.
And then this is a plate to
Cook it.
Cook
So
it,
we're going to
yes.
put them, ladle them inside here,
Yes.
and then put them in the pot to
Yes.
cook. Okay. So let's get started. What's the first thing we're doing?
Okay, the first thing I'll do is to put my water. When you turn on the heat.
Okay. So you're going to boil water.
Yes.
What's the purpose of the water?
I just want to have the water heating up
Okay.
for the mixture.
Okay.
I'm going to use warm water, like hot water, to mix the moi moi.
Okay. Then afterwards, run us through the process. So we blend this,
We'll
we blend
blend
that.
this, yes.
What will happen afterwards?
Okay, what I like to do is I like to blend all of this in a blender.
Okay.
Like
oh,
having
so
my
the pepper
beans-
will be blended with the beans,
Yes.
not the
Not
usual way
separately.
of putting it separately.
No, not separately.
Oh, okay.
As well as my egg, everything goes into the blender.
Okay.
Yes, everything goes into the blender.
Okay.
So I'll just have once it comes out,
Okay.
I'll put it in here and then match my mackerel in it.
Okay.
Then put the salt and the Maggi.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Okay. Okay. It looks like a pretty straightforward process,
Yes.
really, and I feel like it's going to be really easy. So, but this oil is going into the.
Yes, the mixture. As
Are you
well.
going to put all of this?
No, I won't. I'll be using some of it to grease the plates.
Oh, so
it
it's
doesn't get
easier
thick.
to
Yes.
That's another one. So there are other ways to make your moi moi. I've actually seen someone make moi moi straight into the pan, like the mixture, put it in the pan on low heat, cook the moi moi till it's ready, and just cut it into squares and
Yes.
serve.
The
It's
way-
also possible, yeah, to make it in the oven.
Oven, yes.
Yeah.
Like the way they do moi moi now, people make like different recipes
Yeah.
with moi moi. You can actually use your veggies to make moi moi.
Yes.
Then you can wrap with. If we had our oven, we would have done that maybe some other time. So.
Okay. Okay.
But you could
So
use
well,
your veggies for
we will definitely show you what we're going to be doing next. But right now, we will be moving over to Titi. I wonder what she's got up. Or rather, to MM. MM, what's up?
Welcome back, and it is time for us to talk about what is happening on the social media streets. So recently we had reports saying that LinkedIn is finally adding stay-at-home mom as an official job. Now that this is official, how much should an average Nigerian housewife be paid by her husband? You know, I have with me the dynamite fire breather and Mary Bashwa and Mary. But let's start with the fire breather. See, but let me give you a heads up, be calming down. Be calming down.
Okay, so I'm not breathing fire today.
All right.
it's actually an option that LinkedIn actually recently launched, which also has a stay-at-home dads as well, not just for moms.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, and so the idea is basically, to show employment gaps.
Yeah.
For prospective employers who are looking for people so they know that so this is the period that this person has been in effective service, and this is the time where she or he has been away from work, and they're also looking at adding other options, which would include sabbatical, parental leave, and other options as well,
which is so amazing.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows. I mean, it's. I like the idea. It's a welcome idea. It's just welcoming everybody into, because there's always that thing with that subtle discrimination that against housewives or stay-at-home moms. I'm trying to be very careful with my choice of words here.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so that's why I'm using the word subtle.
Yeah.
Yes. So it also gives avenue for So yes, you have the spirit to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. It also gives opportunity. It's also reminding you, the mom, know that so there are other opportunities for you while you're home. You could do other things, and even when you're done, even if it's your maternity, even if it is whatever leave you're on, you can still get back to the workforce.
Okay, fabulous. Now let's go back to your comments on social media. That's why we always say use the hashtag. Jump on the comments and let's know what you think. Starting off, we have Oscar Toby saying 50K is not too much for them, because this is what. So this so-called woman are really trying, and I'm not expecting them to use the money to feed the family. Next up, we have from Obekpa Matthew, says, my question is, if the husband pays her salary, will she use it to feed the family? I'm guessing the answer is no. So the husband provides for the family, pays the children's school fees and other bills, and still pays his wife's salary. Is she a wife or an employee? Now, wow. Next up from Stephen Emanuela, we have 50,000 naira plus miscellaneous. Okay.
Wow.
El Haj says, did her husband married or employed her? All right, that's what we have on Twitter for now. You guys use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Jump on it. Titi, what do you think?
I've been holding back so first of all, 50K only. The amount of work the average housewife does in the house is in fact being put on the same level of some bankers. Really, the amount of if you clock the number of miles a housewife clocks in her home, going around up and down, cleaning, cooking. If you employ one person to clean, one person to cook, one person to do laundry, one person to look after your kids, you would pay them 50K each. That's my opinion.
Okay, Mary, what are your thoughts on this? Easy, Tiger. Easy, Tiger.
Babe, I was about to pounce on it until you said I should go easy. Because I find it ridiculous that we still talk about this in this time and age. To be very fair, there are some men who are responsible enough to know that since their wives are stay-at-home moms, they give them an allowance. Some men do it. Even when the wife is working, some men still place their wives on an allowance, talk less of when the wife is not working. And not even because she's not capable of working, but because she decided to be a stay-at-home mom to help raise the children. So I find it ridiculous that you go on social media, you see some comments, and I just say to myself that these guys are just on cruise. I don't want to believe that this is the mentality of so many folks. Like, a woman quits her whole career, in quotes, or puts it on pause to help raise the children, and you're saying, is she an employee?
Mary, I'm actually going to buttress more on what you've just said. The truth is, some of these comments are ridiculously, and they're appalling, if I must say the least, because it reeks of chauvinism, and it's really sad that this is the mentality of a lot of not just men but even women in our society today. So if you're a housewife, don't downplay yourself. Do not in any way downplay your role as a wife.
Do you know what a housewife does?
My tiger and my fire breather, can we be easy on us? Let me quickly take some comments from CCME's. CCME shared the post, and some people, of course, expressed their views. There was a poll here, and this is well deserved. This was someone PP, the retired Nigerian, says, this is well deserved, to be honest. Being a stay-home mom is a full-day job, and that never ends. Seen it firsthand. If you're reading this and you're a stay-home mom and you wouldn't mind making at least 50 to 100K monthly working remotely from home, you can check this out. the_media says, this thing na actual job. Moving
they
on
don't
to,
know.
Amy Show says, yay, happy dance. And then T.Y. Sally, who says, hooray. Hurrah, hurrah. I think, personally, that because some people don't have the knowledge of what being a stay-home mom is fully, they just see it as an opportunity they feel women just want to make more money. But guess what? LinkedIn also has stay-home dads. So before you start patriarchy stuff, just know that you too, you can stay at home.
Exactly.
But the only place I have concerns is if your husband is not financially capable to put you on a salary, what then happens?
Then both of you like to work and take care of the home.
Okay.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because you guys are partners. You guys are each other's support.
Okay.
Not a situation where you think one person, because you are the one providing, the person has to do all the chores. And she's still working. Like we've heard of so many stories.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
I would really love to kind of switch this up a little and take it away from the husbands generally. If, for instance, you're a stay-at-home mom right now, I'm of the opinion that you could be paid at least 50,000 naira for each of the jobs you do. And it might be more than 4. It might be more than 5 that you do. So find a way to pay yourself that money because you deserve it. Now, because of COVID and everybody staying at home during the lockdown, there have been so many online opportunities for you to earn. Please don't just think because you're at home looking after the kids, looking after the home, you cannot earn your own money. Try and find a way to get yourself
I'm
paid.
not even going to force anybody to do any online thing.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
You. If it's just for every little break that you get, even being a stay-at-home mom, take it, relax. If you can get a glass of water, please do it. Whatever that will not just threaten your peace of mind and your physical body.
Honestly, I mean, for me, the positive of this is the fact that you can put it in your CV. Because sometimes you go on a job search and they're like, what were you doing between 2016 and 2021? You can confidently say, I was a stay-at-home dad, I was a stay-at-home mom, and it's being recognized as, you were doing something really useful to the society. So that's the positive for me.
I do like the fact that we all have individual opinions, but remember, stay-at-home moms, it's good now. One thing I love about it is the fact that now when you're applying for a job in a company, they wouldn't see it as, what were you doing for 5 years?
I was a housewife.
Do you understand? Now it actually gives space for people to respect you being at home. But I really enjoyed this topic. Remember to be a part of the conversation. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, on TVC Connect, our handle on social media, and let's know what you think. But right now, Mary, easy on us, what's happening in the kitchen?
Well, we're keeping it easy, we're keeping it real, and we are keeping it busy because we have to get on with the cooking process. Chef Blossom is still in charge. I'm sure all the while you heard me speaking, you were seeing her bustling in the kitchen, up and down, trying to get stuff done. Now we have our beans blended. Tell us more.
Okay, so we're going to put in our seasoning.
Okay.
Now,
So what do we have here already? The pepper?
Okay, we have
the beans,
the pepper, the beans, the onions, the ginger and garlic. We have the scotch bonnet, and we have the crayfish, and the vegetable oil, and also the raw egg.
Okay.
We have all of that.
So we actually blended the raw eggs and everything together. Actually, one raw egg is what we're making use of. So now we're doing the mixing process.
Yes.
So just seasoning for now. Have you put salt?
Oh, yes. I'll taste.
You taste before putting it in. Okay. Okay. So what happens next?
So can you help me match the...
Okay.
If you don't
I'd
mind.
rather do that with a fork.
Okay.
Okay. So just to make sure it's all mashed up.
So we'll put in our salt now.
Okay.
Because we have enough. Whilst you're putting, make sure you always taste like simultaneously.
Just to be sure you're not overdoing it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'll have more seasoning go in.
Okay. are you putting the fish now, or when you're putting it individually?
No, I'll put it now.
Okay. Okay.
So we're also working with our eggs, so we'll just cut that out.
Okay. So moi moi is something you can eat with almost anything. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it with spaghetti.
You can have it as a snack.
You can have it as a snack as well while you're at work. Yes. You know. But you see, I love Nigerians for something. The kind of things we call snacks are whole meals in some places. Some people have pies and coffee or tea
a snack
for breakfast.
Okay.
Or for a light lunch. In Nigeria, it is what? It is a snack. So I dare say we Nigerians are actually heavy eaters, even if we would not admit it. We're actually heavy eaters. Okay, so I think most of the fish is ready. You still want to make, okay, you're making use of that as well. Okay.
Yes, there's a part of it that has
some fish on it. Yes. Okay, okay. So is the fish the only thing left?
Yes, please.
Oh, so I'm the one like holding things.
So,
don't worry.
Like we said earlier, we're going to, I'm supposed to use a pastry brush for this, but I like to use my hand to grease the plate, so I'll feel the exact texture that goes in. Okay. So this effect is to have our moi moi come out easy, so it doesn't get sticky to the plate. So just do this. We'll take turns.
So everyone eating this moi moi.
This fish is not really bony. If it was shower, it would have
been really bad, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is it. I think I'm ready now. I'm all done. Yeah, I'm all done. Wow, poor fish. I feel like I just finished the massacre. So you're going to do that for all the bowls?
Oh, yes.
Okay, okay.
Like I said, you could like to use your pastry brush.
Okay.
Or
your finger to get it
I
done.
like to do this because I like to know the exact texture that goes inside. Quantity.
So this is ready? This is fine.
Can you maybe pick, if it's possible, just pick out a few bones, you can see. So somebody does not get choked.
Chef Blossom.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. So let me take out this. Okay, so let's quickly put it together. Let's quickly put it together so everyone sees how you're going to dish it, because we would have to take a break now, like now. Okay?
Okay, so this goes in.
Okay. So what I know of is when you are putting fish in, you put it individually.
Yes.
So why are you doing it this way?
I like to have it go all in.
Okay.
I might do that one for if you like want it specially.
Okay.
But I like it because it comes out very nice.
Okay, let's put in the egg and then quickly.
So the egg will just go on the top.
On top. Yes. Okay, so quickly plate one. Let's see what it will look like, because we have to go right now. It's the top of the hour already.
Okay, so when you put it in.
So that's it. You put the egg. Remember, it has to be halfway.
Halfway, yes.
Because it will still rise.
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. We have to take this break now because we've gotten to the top of the hour. But don't worry. At the end of the show, you will get to see the results of all the efforts we've made so far. Stay with us. 45 minutes left to go on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome back. Welcome to the second lap of the #1 family breakfast show. And I've got an advice for you.
All right.
This Wednesday is try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value. Did you get that?
Wow.
Or woman, rather.
Wow. A winner, let me give you a line. A winner is always a dreamer. Wait, no. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. So keep pushing. You're about to break boundaries.
You did not push her. Push! No, it's not. It's push. Still so much to come in the next 45 minutes, and we are so glad that you have decided to join us as usual. Every edition is carefully curated just for you.
And you know, it's a Wonder Woman Wednesday. We have the Dynamite and Ego Ibo, the fire breather, in the kitchen with Chef Blossom. What's up?
And then we are wearing red today. It would have been perfect. So you can the dragon lady.
Motivational speaker. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
There's so much excitement in the air. Loads to look out for on the rest of the exciting Wednesday edition. My name is Tokwe Olonio.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and that's across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
Remember, you can stream this show live from absolutely anywhere in the world. Use our website, tvcentertainment.tv. You can also download our app, available on Google Play Store and iOS Store. It is free. Don't say we're charging you. It's free.
Yes, and that's right. You can also follow us on all our social media handles, be it on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. It's at TVC Connect. Now let's check out what we have lined up for you this hour.
Yes, now it is 45 minutes of top-notch entertainment. Timmy Tucker Alaosani, a registered dietitian and nutritionist, is definitely going to be joining us this morning to talk about something very interesting, something she's very passionate about. That is the health and well-being of people and individuals. Should food be medicine with focus on kidney disease? So swapping medicine for organic foods. Would you take medicine or would you take organic foods?
I don't even know yet.
And finally, we have joining us Nosa Omoregie, professionally known as Nosa. He is a Nigerian recording artist, singer, songwriter, and performer. He is currently signed to Warner Music Group. African partner, of course, Chocolate City. Can't wait to have him on the show.
I'm such a fan of Musa. It's unbelievable.
Amen. It's so good to have you on the couch this hour because
we gossiped about
we gossip. Why did you put that in my mouth?
But you did no.
You know I'm afraid of
Don't breathe fire. We have an extinguisher.
People see us and they think, oh, Mary is taller. Must be looking up to her. It's a lie. Have you ever seen where someone is dying?
But I have to say, this outfit today, I'm loving it. The pink
thank you.
Striking.
Actually, it's quite a coincidence. Given that, I mean, today is World Pink Day.
That's why I started with you. You are not here.
What does that mean?
Yeah?
World Pink Day.
Bullying is anti-bullying.
Yes.
No, it's bullying.
Well, I have a question.
Anti-intimidation. Anti-bullying. And you know we're talking about it. You said it.
You guys cannot disgrace me. I will share myself before you come after me. I'm the bully. I agree.
No, but when you were growing up, were you also the bully?
Well, growing up, my mouth, jeez.
You didn't just
we know. Because that's actually what Toko and I were whispering about. We're like, this question that we're all asking each other, were you bullied as a child? MMZO should be, were you the bully?
Who did you bully?
My mouth, oh no, I got into a lot of trouble with my mouth. And you know, I used to represent my school at debates. Okay. So we used to study the dictionary. It's not now, I don't even know English anymore. You use big words, and I was very small.
I used to
so that
we're not confusing.
Exactly. So I will hurt you with my words and let you know that yes, I'm smarter than you. What do you know?
See the eyes. See the eyes. Honestly, but so I know we're trying to have a lot of fun, but we shouldn't make light of this.
Yeah,
issue
no. Actually, really,
it's a really big deal. And it's one of the reasons why some social media platforms decided to take away the like platform on their platforms, so it's a very delicate issue.
Please don't be a bully like MM.
No time.
You should not be a bully like MM. No, I am emphasizing it.
Wow.
But let's take this break, please, so we can have peace of mind for a few minutes before the news.
It's about time for us to take the news update. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Now we begin in Kaduna State, where Governor Nasir El-Rufai met with the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, after some RCCG members were abducted and released in the state. The meeting, which held at Sir Kashim Ibrahim Government House, had some top officials of state government and those of the church in attendance. Pastor Adeboye had, on his Twitter handle, said he visited the
state to see his children who got delivered from the den of kidnappers while they were on their way to the venue of the Let's Go Fishing exercise. The revered cleric disclosed that Governor El-Rufai appealed to him to visit Kaduna to pray for the state, its people and its leadership for peace and protection. And in Benue State, the government has resolved that there be a boundary demarcation between Okute and Bonta communities of Oju, Konshisha, respectively, in order to end the land dispute there. This resolution was reached after a Security Council meeting held at the state capital in Makurdi, Benue State. Governor Samuel Otom condemned the killing of soldiers by militia members in Konshisha and urged traditional rulers and other stakeholders to ensure that weapons seized by the militia were returned unconditionally. The council sent condolences to President Muhammadu Buhari, Chief of Army Staff, and families of the slain soldiers, stressing that 6 people were also confirmed dead in the military search operation that followed the killing of the soldiers. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has questioned former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, over issues bordering on corruption and fraud. Senator Okorocha, who is currently representing Imo West in the Senate, was grilled at the EFCC office in Abuja. EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwajere confirmed the development but did not provide further details. Senator Okorocha, who governed Imo State from 2011 to 2019, had been accused by the state government of various corrupt practices, including diversion of public funds, although he has denied any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, the former governor said that he was not arrested by the EFCC, contrary to speculations making the rounds. Senator Okorocha, in a statement by his spokesperson, said the anti-graft agency was not a slaughterhouse, and the agency was only investigating Okorocha's activities as ex-governor of Imo State, following a petition written by an ex-governor of the state, Emeka Ihedioha. The Nigeria Governors Forum has met with the French Minister of Trade to seek ways of collaboration for more investment and improved bilateral trade between both countries. The French Minister, Franck Resta, who is on a 2-day working visit to Nigeria, says France is Nigeria's first commercial partner in sub-Saharan Africa, and the trade volume between both countries in 2020 is $2.3 billion. He, however, said that this is a shortfall from the 4.5 billion naira that was netted in 2019, and that the reduction in trade volume was as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
For President Macron, for all the French government and I, we consider that this purpose has to be achieved through partnership everywhere in the country, in each state of the country. And so I want to thank all the governors that could take time to share with me their projects to see how we could help, thanks to fundings, but also thanks to partnership between our private sectors in different.
And that's all we have time for on the news for this edition of Wake Up Nigeria. It's time for sports. Mary, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Tekumbi. Of course, Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Next up, we have joining us Timmy Tucker Sani. She is a registered dietitian and nutritionist with over 5 years clinical experience in the dietetics profession and a proven track record in evidence-based nutrition education and counseling. She is a full member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria and the Association of Nigerian Dietitians. Now, Timmy Tucker is passionate about improving the health and well-being of people and individuals, and she will be talking about should food be medicine with a focus on kidney disease. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you doing, namesake?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, so we started talking about the topic before we came on live, and should food be a replacement for medicine?
Well, okay, so in this context today, I mean, we're focusing on kidney diseases.
Yes.
Yes, the truth is, first, what causes kidney diseases?
Yes.
Many times, you know, it's attributed to, or when you do not drink enough water, when you're dehydrated, and sometimes it's also caused as a result of, you know, some underlying conditions like maybe diabetes, hypertension, and yes, all these things are actually nutrition related in one way or another. I mean, water is like what you put in your body, right? It's like your food is basically what you eat or drink. So, I mean, eating, drinking definitely has a role to play. But when we're saying, can we swap food for medicine?
Yes.
Now, that is quite tricky because it's like saying, can you swap your kitchen for a hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically, I would say everything needs to, there needs to be a balance. Everything has to work one hand in, I mean, everything has to exactly work hand in hand. And kidney disease is a kind of disease that it progresses over time. So it doesn't just stay in one place. Now, depending on what phase a person is actually, somebody who is maybe having the very, very early stages of kidney disease can say, oh, okay, I want to look at my lifestyle as an, you know, as an option to downplay how, you know, bad these kidneys are functioning and maybe improve the work. However, somebody who is already at the end stage might not want to do that, might want to actually focus more on medicine. Let me give you an instance. Okay. So a tablet of vitamin C would supply, this is just like a figure off my head, let's say like 2,500 milligrams of vitamin C. Now, a piece of apple, an apple would probably supply maybe 500 milligrams, or, you know, something really, really small. Now, for somebody who is at the end stage, you want something that will give you, you know, that like, potency. And that is something you definitely get from your medication. So,
okay, but sorry to cut you. At this point, we're going to use vitamin C as an example. If apple has little amount, how about kiwi? Or oranges. I mean,
naturally, your food naturally contains lesser amounts than, you know, what you have from the pharmaceuticals, because those are actually, you know, man-made. You know, it's measured. It's like, oh, this is the amount, that's the quantity that we want, and it's usually in high doses. That's why you do not, even kiwi, which supplies high amounts of vitamins.
Yes, it does.
Your vitamin tabs, your multivitamins, you know, would have way, way, way higher concentration. Yes, at the end of the day.
But now, considering the fact that with the evolution of science and we have different types of diseases that keep springing up, cancer is like at its highest point now in the world. And if you take time back to before we have like the higher level of civilization, people were taking care of themselves through, let me say, traditional means, which is our plants and our vegetables and our herbs. So why can't we still do that? Because the level of illnesses that we had, yes, it was still there, but not as chemically inclined as it is now. Don't you think that our medical-based form of treatments also have a hand to play in this?
Oh, well, when we're talking about, you know, the old days and, you know, the way things were, yes, people were using herbs and, you know, all these things, but don't forget that people were also living a very, very active life. Compared to now, you know, there are a lot of people, you know, who are, I mean, obesity, overweight is like on the rise across Africa. And this is one thing that is like an underlying factor for so many of these diseases. So it's not just about, you know, taking herbs. These people were actually living like active lives. So there was not, you know, now we are working like, what, 9 to 5, people are not even able to get up, you know, move, and then into the weekends when we're going out to places where we're eating, you know,
turning up.
Exactly, we're turning up and we are, you know, having alcohol for the weekends. When we're going out to eat with our friends, we're eating things that, you know, refined and all of those things. So it's not just about, you know, herbs and medicine alone. How well are we actually eating compared to, you know, these people that we're talking about? So eating healthy is something that we need to actually focus on first. And one thing is, I mean, I would not like people to just think that, oh, food is treatment. Food is actually supposed to nourish your body. Yes, so, I mean, when you're taking, for instance, something that, you know, people like to say, oh, I'm drinking this thing as a herb. No, eat it as food. It is food.
Yes,
so,
it is.
rather than saying, okay, I want to have, you know, this agbo, why don't you just eat your vegetables? Why don't you just, you know, have it with your, alongside your main meals? So, yeah, it's something that is definitely, I mean, beneficial to actually do these things. But I think that medicine still has a very, very vital role to play. I think it still has a very vital role to play. I mean, in healthcare, yes, I think so.
Okay, so but now for proper care of our kidneys, like for daily care of our kidneys, what meals would you say we should try to inculcate in our weekly meal plans?
Like, okay, even daily. I mean,
daily, yeah.
Yeah, so eating healthy is absolutely important. And that's because, like I said, kidney disease is something that progresses over time.
Yeah.
And many times, when people even have, like, at the beginning stage of kidney disease, they don't even have any symptoms.
Yeah.
And, you know, even when there are symptoms, like maybe your urine, the amount of urine you're producing as, you know, reduced drastically, many times we're not even aware. We just go about, you know, the day. Many people don't even check for the color of their urine, just do it and, you know, go out. And these are the things that might actually point you to the fact that, okay, my kidneys might be, you know, might not be working. So, number one, it's important to have a balanced diet, to have an adequate diet across, I mean, every day. I keep saying, try as much as possible to eat fruits, try as much as possible to eat vegetables. Yes, and I mean, it's really going to help us.
Okay, thank you so much, namesake. Thank you so much for educating and informing us today. I'm sure we have learned more than a thing or two on how to improve our diet and, of course, to protect our kidneys. You can catch up on more on this on social media at TVC Connect. Drop your comments. I'm sure Timmy Tucker will be more than willing to answer more questions. Moving on, we still have so much packed up for the rest of the show. Do not go anywhere, because I can promise you, you will miss a lot. We'll be right back.
How I just wish this song could just continue. I'm already in the mood to just keep praising. We have a special guest in the studio with us, the one and only Nusa of Morege.
Yes, he is professionally known as Nusa. Now, he is a Nigerian recording artist, singer, songwriter, and performer. And he is currently signed to Warner Music Group African partner, Chocolate City.
Now, he's about to let us in on his musical journey, new projects, and there's so many of them, and so much more. Welcome back to the show, Nusa.
I feel like when people are talking about your being signed to Warner Bros, they should also mention Salt Music.
Yes.
Because that's like the big thing.
Yes, very, very, very important. Because so it started as a collaboration with Chocolate City.
Okay.
Gospel. So that's what that's the label I ride under now. So
Okay. But is Salt Music still part of Chocolate?
So to a large extent, it
to
is.
A large
but
extent, okay.
I'm trying to be as independent as possible.
Okay.
You know, yes.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of there are a lot of people to reach out to give expression.
But
to
do you have
give a
acts
platform
signed?
I have it's in the works. Yes. So the group I featured on that song.
Okay.
They're an amazing group. They're called 121 Seller. Yes. So they're the first set of people I want to work with.
Okay. So I've always known you to be gifted in a particular thing. The fact that every time you sing a song or put out a song, it becomes I don't want to call it an earworm, something that you can't get out of your head. People keep singing it over and over again. And I feel like there's probably a lot of pressure trying to put together that kind of music.
Well, sometimes there's pressure because it comes like a collector's item. It doesn't come all the time, you know. And I discovered that when I try to force myself to write, it may not give the same result as when it comes naturally. Yeah, sometimes it comes sporadically, sometimes it comes very frequently, and then I write backwards. I write like I'm listening, like I'm the audience.
Wow.
So yes, that's what I do. I picture myself on stage and I'm trying to sing. Will I flow if I put it this way? If I heard the song this way, how would it, you know? Yeah, so that's how it's been for.
Use this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank
I know
you
you
very
turned
much.
40
Belated,
in
yes.
February.
Yes, but
so you are now in the big 40. I know they say 40 is the new 30.
Hey!
Because 50 is the new 40.
Is the new 25.
It's the new 25.
Yes, because I saw someone who turned 50 yesterday and she looked like she could pass for...
Your younger sister.
Yes. So 40 is the new 25.
Now,
actually.
as a 40-year-old, your journey in music has been quite long.
Yes.
Your first song was released when you were 29 years old.
29.
That's
yes.
always
I started
for you.
relatively late.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, we have to sing it.
That's actually what I was about to say. That when people release music at 29, there's always that fear that they will probably not be appealing to the audience because of, in quotes, the age factor.
Yeah.
Did you have that fear at that time?
I didn't have that fear.
You seem like someone who doesn't fear anything.
I don't fear anything. We're all human beings. I used to fear a lot of things, but then when you've been pushed to the wall, there's nowhere. And then when you've been pushed down to the depth of hell, there's nowhere deeper that you can go. So I've conquered that fear of being accepted. I just do what I need to do because I appeal to your humanity. There's no one there's no age restriction to being human. True. You know, so everyone wants to be happy, everyone wants to overcome pain and wants to be joyful and wants to be healed. Yeah. So I do what I do for everyone. You know?
I was wondering about, one of the times we spoke last, you mentioned the fact that that very first song, I Will Always Pray For You, kept coming back as requests. Yes. You know, a lot of people still make reference to that first song.
Yes.
So do you ever feel like, you know what, I want to get out of behind the shadow of this first hit? Do you ever feel like that?
No. So when the song came, I knew it would be very difficult to maybe do something close to it. Yes. Or to even try to better it. So I knew. And so I just put it out. I said, if my first is my best, then so be it. But I tried to do something close to it with another song called Always On My Mind. Yeah. Where it wasn't as strong as...
But it's a powerful song.
Yes, it is.
Oh, all the songs, all of them are just playing back in my head as you mentioned them.
Yes.
Always On My Mind.
Titi used to,
gosh. I used to play those songs back to back. People used to beg me, Titi's okay.
Oh my God.
It's all right, it's enough.
Now, engineering is what you studied in school.
Yes.
However, as a child, you had major interest in engineering, becoming a military man,
yes,
and football. What made you decide of the three to choose engineering? Was it because of the professional sound to it?
Well, not really. Okay, I wanted to be able to work in just about anywhere, and I love to create stuff. I'm a very curious person, so I wanted to study something that would give me a footing in almost any industry, you know. But then when I got into school, I got disillusioned because this was a field that was breaking, you know. It was. I think we were in nanotechnology when I was in school. It had just begun at that time. Nanotechnology was something new, but then we're still studying things that will make us, that will put us in the 70s in terms of relevance. So I got disillusioned, and I said I wanted to do something that came from, that I could create, you know, that came from my imagination. And actually, when I started doing music, it was more like I was more interested in the production process. Like I had a software that you could produce music with without any instrument. So I was intrigued, and I tried to, you know, let me see how this works. And then I started singing, recording to the beat I was making, and then.
So you would say your engineering influenced your music?
Yes, it did.
Wow.
Yes,
so what happened to footballing and the other one?
Real Madrid came, but I had to write WAEC.
Are you serious?
No.
I was going to touch on your sound. It's great that you talked about the production of your music, because there is that contemporary sound that you've put out there from the very beginning. And then it feels like music moves in waves and seasons, and it changes over time, especially in the gospel space. Initially, it was a lot more humble, and now everybody's doing the gidigba and all that. And it does seem to be selling, in quotes. Selling in quotes. Have you ever been tempted to jump on that gidigba sound?
For a while I was.
You were?
But for me, it wasn't because people liked it. It was because I liked it.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't because I wanted people to accept me. I'm now doing gidigba just like what is out there with everyone else. But I just wanted to express myself in that. Anything that hits me. If I hear Indian music and I like it, I could just try and express myself in that way. But in the end, I do stuff that, I do songs that will, you know, last the test of time. That when you put on, if you listen to a Bob Marley song, for instance, or a Fela song, no matter what genre of music is popular at that time, it just cuts through to you, boom. Like, so that's how I I try to do my music to make it as timeless as possible.
As timeless as possible, which is very commendable, I must say, because that's actually something else I wanted to ask you. But I know we need to take a look at one of your clips right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at it now.
You don't listen to
Yes,
this thing.
I told you this particular song was on repeat forever. Thank you so much, Nusa, for gracing us with your presence this morning. Welcome to our kitchen.
Thank you very much.
This is Software Olowoniyan.
Olowoniyan, but it's fine.
Olowoniyan, whatever. And yeah, this is Chef Blossom. And this morning, she's made for you moi moi and custard. Please have a seat.
Only me.
Please, you're our guest here.
Wow.
Yeah, so quickly, Blossom, tell us how you put together the moi moi.
Okay, we had our beans soaked, properly soaked, and we had garlic, ginger, scotch bonnet.
Wow.
We had shombo, we had
wow.
This moi moi is
we had our smoked Titus fish.
This is moi moi that went to Harvard.
This is not Nigerian
all
moi
of
moi.
them in the blender, vegetable oil.
Are
you ready?
Hey,
Are you ready?
I think
Because you are in for a treat.
wow.
As in,
Are there any animals inside?
at least we have fish and then we have eggs.
Wow.
Yeah,
a protein-filled breakfast.
Please enjoy.
Wow. I'm
Wow.
Okay, let's not embarrass ourselves.
Who asked for a rating today? Because
Right,
Let's
because
not
even from the
embarrass
expression,
ourselves
you can
on
tell that's
TV.
really nice. So tell us, what do you think? You like it? Love it?
are you going to order from
When I
her?
finish, I'll give you. This is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Fabulous.
And of course, we have our custard
And it's
alongside
healthy
as
as
well.
well.
Yes. Use the custard to push it down.
Enjoy.
All right, Dynamite and the moon of
I'm living the life.
Mary. Hello, can you give us words of wisdom?
Seriously, Papa. But it's obvious, no, sir. This is why you look so young. You eat well.
Hey,
Yes,
You enjoy this life.
come on.
enjoy. He knows good food.
Please, when is my next interview?
You wait
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for coming, Nessa. Thank you so much, Chef Blossom, for
Thank
always
you.
blossoming us with some amazing breakfast.
Right.
It's been an amazing Wonder Woman Wednesday, hasn't it, MM?
Yes, it has, Tokwe. It
All
has.
right, and Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. We're going to be here same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:45. Your view is next. Stay with us.
Have an amazing day.
Bye.